how concerned are you by some of the reports as we went into the weekend that there are EU states, at least 5, who are seeking talks about what they see as disparities in vaccine handouts? And I understand that Sebastian Kurz, the Austrian Chancellor, has been particularly vocal on what he believes may have been behind-the-scenes deals done between vaccine companies and other Eurogroup members.
I think it's entirely understandable in the context of the challenge that we face with COVID-19. Every member of the European Union is working so hard at the moment to get as much vaccine for their country as they can, and then to turn that vaccine into successful vaccinations. I am certain, however, from the engagement that I've had with the Commission, that they're working as hard as they can to manage this as best as possible on behalf of the European Union. We all know the difficulties that we've had. We know the difficulties in relation to organising a mass vaccination programme, but I believe the Commission are working very hard to get Europe and the European Union to a better place in relation to the efficacy of our vaccinations.
Is it your sense that the worst has now been experienced and actually things will only get better from here on in? It does feel currently that we're not quite sure whether countries are opening up or closing down again, given the slow rollout of vaccinations in some places like Italy and France at this stage. But do you think we are through the worst?
Well, I hope that we are. And I think there's enough evidence to say that we will be. And the reason for that is the growing amount of evidence regarding the effectiveness of the vaccines and the impact they can make in containing and reducing the spread of the disease. However, one of the many things I've learned from battling the disease over the last year, is that it is a disease that can change. We are in an atmosphere of uncertainty. And in order to best manage that uncertainty on behalf of our vaccines, on behalf of our citizens, we have to ensure that we have the best possible vaccine programs in place. And we also have to ensure that we're putting in place the right kind of economic policies to help Europe and the Euro area recover from the shock of COVID-19. And we're working really hard on both those pillars at the moment. So I hope we are beyond the worst. There's evidence to say that we are, but we have to be ever vigilant and ever agile in the face of a disease that keeps on changing.
Minister, let's look at the consequences of Brexit for a moment, because the EU is now considering taking the UK to court after the UK decided to extend the checks on goods. I was just wondering if this is the right approach at this stage.
Well, the European Union is only taking this approach after action that was regressively taken by the British government in relation to the operation of arrangements once Brexit had taken place between Northern Ireland, the United Kingdom and the European Union. So it is regrettable that this action has to be taken, but it does need to be taken. Even at this point, though, I would still hope the possibility would be there to deal with these matters through engagement. But if that possibility isn't there, then regressively legal action is being taken and does need to be taken.